You know, something's got to change here. I don't think this is what cats were meant for. To sleep comfortably on my nice clean sheets. Hey, you. You better do something cute for me or I'm kicking you off that bed. Please, Mommy, don't. It's so nice and warm. Oh, he looks like he's hating me right now. He's got a nice full belly. He just had his lunch. And there's only one way to get him to raise his head. Treat, treat. Whoop. This is my little Jackson. And he just wanted to stop in to give you a friendly little wink. I hope you guys are all having a great day and on with the show. Okay, guys, welcome back to another video. I know I have you on a crazy angle, but it's a crazy shape. So anyway, I want to first give a shout out to another woman that gives me inspiration. I love her videos, her style of art. Her videos are clear, well put together, way better than mine. And she's just a doll. Her name is Katharine Dreyer, and the name of her channel is Dreyer Days Art Studio. I will link it below. She has the most beautiful geodes, and they are so simple. I'm not saying that it's simple to make. Well, her style is simple to follow. And I feel that she's really, really good for beginners, and she explains thoroughly. And I just wanted to give her a shout out because she does give me a lot of inspiration, and I just want to thank her. So that's my way of saying thank you. So anyway, today I'm going to be doing a geode agate-ish type of art. I have a piece of MDF wood here that I just cut with, I drew the shape and just cut it out with a jigsaw. And on top of it, I just slapped on some gesso really quick. I've seen people prime MDF and some people not prime it. I try to prime it all the time, just in case I get some weird funky air bubbles from it. But I chose gesso only because it was close on hand. But there was something I wanted to speak to you about regarding gesso. A lot of people will not use it because it's expensive. This is the one I got at AC Moore, I believe, 16 ounces. And it was probably almost 20 bucks. So it's really pricey. But here's the thing. You can make your own very simply. All it is white acrylic paint, white school glue, and baby powder. That's it. There are tons of videos on YouTube on how to make it. And I like to use it because it has a little tooth in it from the baby powder versus the acrylic paint. Not that I really need it, but I use it a lot for smaller projects. Bigger projects, it's not economical to use. But I just wanted to mention that. And the only reason why I did it white is because, and you could see, it's very streaky. You can see through it. I'm going to be using white as my base color for this piece of art. I was more concerned with where I was going to put my rocks down. I wanted it to be white underneath the rocks because I'm going to try for the first time adhering my rocks the way that Katharine adheres her rocks, and that's with hot glue. So if I had just left the MDF and not primed it, you would have seen that brown wood underneath in certain areas. So that's why I just slapped on a little white really quick. But yeah, back to the topic about priming MDF. As I said, some people don't prime it at all. They just pour right on it and they don't have issues. So I don't know. I usually do, but I've never tested it to see if I didn't do it, what would happen. But in today's case, I was going to just go bareback here and try it without painting it, but I needed to because of the rocks. So what I'm going to do is dig out my rocks here and get set up, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have some simple vase filler, crushed glass, Michael's Ashland brand. And my idea is to have a little area right over here. Or let's see, let's do an area right in here and then one right over in here. Now, what I'm going to do is put down, this is just hot glue. Hopefully gonna get it on there quick enough. This is, like I said, my first time doing this, so. And I'm gonna put some rocks in there. Of course, Katharine does hers, and it's a lot neater than what I'm doing right now. She has a system she follows, you know. She also uses that epoxy sculpt a lot, like I have used in the past. That stuff is good too. Somebody, one of my subscribers gave me a tip, and I'm gonna have to try it. As far as making barriers on a piece of MDF, she had mentioned using silicone and said that it sticks to the MDF and you can paint it afterwards. My table is such a mess, and I said, you know what, I can't do anything else until I clean it, and here I am doing one more thing, but tomorrow it will be clean. So I'm just kind of pressing those down. I don't want to burn my fingers off. Into the hot glue. It's just something to hold them there for now. So let me put a little bit more in here. Just right through there. I think what I'm going to do is just add them and then go back and shake it off. The leftover stuff that's not attached, like all this stuff. I would imagine it's easier to do in a straight line than a wide area like this. Of course, I can't do anything easy ever. All right, so it's not that big of a piece of wood, so I don't want to do too much. Let me do another area right over here. As you can see, this piece of MDF had resin dripped on it and everything, but that's okay. We can still use it. So let's do this. Let's do if you get glue strings, you could always hit them really quick with the heat gun and they'll come right off. Just gonna kind of push it in maybe, like so. This is going to be, by the way, well, that was a mess. Black. I'm sorry, black. White and gold. All white, all gold. Oh, I got my finger. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is tip this over. After I collect these couple of pieces here. And then I'm going to add a few more. All these glue strings are easy to get rid of. Like I said, you just hit it really heat quick with the heat gun and they'll just disappear. Not a big issue. So we need a little dollop in there. This way I'll be able to design around these areas also. Now what this does by putting these down first is it enables you almost to be able to do this in one layer. I actually may be able to do it in one layer. What you would normally have to do is you would normally have to design your geode and then wait for it to cure and then put the rocks on top and do another layer. Or else what happens is you put the rocks down and it sinks down into the resin. Now, the only time that you can get away with doing them on the first layer is if you're in the center and you want to just place them there. But then even then, the color, if you're using colored resin, it's going to seep up underneath them and change the color. So I'm hoping by doing this that it's going to keep them this nice, pretty clear color that they are. Okay, so that's going to be it for that. I don't want to overpower it with these because, like I said, it's not a very big board. And I think just a few areas like that of interest will be good. What I'm going to do, though, is pause you, make them a little bit longer, and then I will bring you back for the next step. Okay, so I'm all ready to go here. Just for the record, I am using, sorry, I didn't see that. I am using Stone Coat resin, just the regular countertop epoxy. And the colors are going to be white and gold. So for my white, I'm going to mix up some Rez Angel White. Now, I didn't mix my colors. I wanted to do it on camera, A, just to show ratios, and B, because I don't know how much I need of each color. So the first thing that I am going to do actually is I want to put some of Laura's Art Corner 24 karat glitter right around here. So what I'm going to do is put some resin in the cup. Now this is a 3-ounce Dixie cup, and I am going to say there is an ounce of resin in there. I'm going to show you her 24 karat glitter up close. The stuff is gorgeous. It is what dreams are made of. I know, I'm corny. Look at the size of those. I don't know if my camera's going to focus because of the glare. No, it's not going to focus. Anyway, they are super shard glitters. She has multiple colors, and they're just breathtaking. So for an ounce of resin, I'm going to put 2 teaspoons worth of glitter in there. For my gold, I'm going to be using Liquid Leaf. I'll mix it up first, and then I will show you the color itself. So these are 1-ounce medicine cups. So we have almost 1 ounce in there. Can't do it right to the top. And for the Liquid Leaf, just going to give it a quick little stir over to the side here. The mica or whatever's in it settles in the bottom sometimes, and it could cause a problem. So I have in my little pipette almost 2 milliliters. So I'd say it's probably a teaspoon worth of that I put in there. This doesn't seem to accelerate the resin. It doesn't seem to make it speed up the curing time, so I'm not cautious with that. I'll be honest with you, the only colorants that I'm really cautious with are usually acrylic paints. So you can see my glitter here. It's very, very thick. Very ploppy, we'll say. And as for Liquid Leaf, I'm going to carefully bring it over and show it to you. I'm going to put a lot in this cup. Just give me 1 second. I'm mixing it around here. I don't want to spill it everywhere. It's a very nice classic gold color. Okay. And then we need some white. So now I'm going to most likely fill that almost all the way. So that is almost 3 ounces of resin. And for that, I'm going to take a tongue depressor, and I'm going to put a probably blueberry size, a flattened out a large blueberry size wad. You can always add more. I tend to add too much just to be, I like to be safe, and I could just buy more if I need it. But always start out with less. Let's say for 3 ounces, start out with, trying to think of what I can compare it to. Yeah, probably the size of a normal blueberry. Start out with that. See, this is very opaque the way I want it, but I probably could have achieved that using just a little less, but it is what it is right now. Okay. I will definitely be cleaning my room before I do anything tomorrow. This is a nightmare. All right, so as I said, I want to put some of this glitter. Let's see if I could do it with a spoon. Probably not. Right up against here. Yeah, it's a little too much with this spoon. I don't need that much there. I just take a stick and try to spread it out a little bit here, which I'm making a mess, as you could see. Also just noticed I have a hole that I didn't fill in. Just trying to grab a couple of these rocks off the table to get them in there. Okay. So this larger size glitter, you have to, if you use it on top of resin, it's so heavy it's going to sink and you're not going to see it. So you have to kind of use it, as I had mentioned earlier, if you do like 2 layers, add it in the second layer with some clear. Because if I take that gold right now and drop it into an area of gold, it's just going to sink down underneath. That's why it's important to have it on top. Just trying to get that out of there. Okay, and I want to take a little bit of clear. I forgot to do this. And just drizzle it in here. And I should have did this first because now it might push my glitter out. Whenever I try something new, I'm so like lost. I forget to do things. And it's just craziness. All right, so over here, I'm just gonna randomly drip my resin over it. That's just going to ensure that it seals down to the wood really, really good. And if there's any glue showing, it'll cover that up too. All right. It's good enough for now. Back to the glitter. Whoopsie. It's clumsy over here. Okay. Now, I'm going to get some white going in there. Now that I have that, I'm going to start with my patterns. Oh, see that? I'm fired. I am so fired. All right. Feel like I'm missing one down here, but that's okay. All right, so some white. Oh, here we go. How do we want this shaped? Well, let me start like this. Okay. Go a little bit thicker here. I do have a plan, I promise. I'm going to add a little more clear in here. Because I use so much pigment, I'm hoping that I shouldn't have to add more. But I may have to. Yeah, it's not looking as white as the other areas. Let's see. Yeah, it's a lot lighter. Okay, well, it's evident I'm going to need some more white. So, I'm going to pour some more in here. Get a clean stick. Okay, so this is half full. Size of a pea. Make sure when you use the paste, you scrape the stick because some of the paste is still on the stick when you mix. You want to get it all off. Okay. I'm going to just go right over that thing and hopefully it'll blend in. I'll end up putting some gold there anyway. All right, time for some gold. So we're going to leave that there. And then I'm going to fill in the rest with white and then add some more gold. I'll put some gold in there. So I'm going to refill my little cuppity doodah over here. And I'm going to, thinking about maybe using, you know what, I'm going to use a little Rez molten gold. Along with that liquid leaf that's already in the cup. I want to mix them together and see if anything crazy happens. Happy accident, you know. So 1 ounce, again, a pea size. That's usually what I measure for 1 ounce of pea size of a paste. If it's a powder, maybe 1/4 teaspoon per ounce, depending on the brand. All right. So right here, and then okay. You need a little more gold and a little more white. Excuse my arm. So rude. All right, so we'll do a little bit more of the Rez with a clean stick. You have to practice safe mixing. And make sure, even though I am not right now, I am being very defiant and stupid, make sure you wear gloves, respirator. Resin is toxic, especially once you hit it with a heat gun. So just be careful. So now I'm just looking to see where I need this to go for me. I'm going to connect these two. And now I realize that I probably needed a little more of that other gold too. But I'm just going to leave it. We're going to move it around and see what we get here. I just need to add a little bit more white. Okay. Glove back on. Okay, first, before I go any further, I need to heat it up and move it and see what I'm working with. Aha. seeing something I don't like. Let's see. I really just did that. Before I go any further, this is really off. I'm starting to think that my level is no good. That's what I'm really starting to think, because something is not right here. Just keep piling the cups up. All right, so do you see this? And that is because I dug the bottom of the jar and didn't wipe my stick off good. So now I need to take care of this mess. And it may have to be a second layer. Oh, it makes me so mad when that happens. Way to go, Tammy. All right. Let's see what we can do here. All right, got most of it off. Now, for shits and giggles, I'm going to take some straight up liquid leaf and put a little bit right here to see what it does. Using a pipette. Just want to blow that around a little bit and see what it does. That's doing some cool stuff. Wow. Oh, guess what? Hey, hey, hey now. Let us get some more of that. That is gorgeous. Kind of brings it all together. Okay. Wow, I like that. All right, a little bit more over here, and then I'm done. That's it. So now, with some nice gold lines when it's all done, we can even, if we wanted to, do a little streaking. Let's see how that goes. I don't think I have enough resin in this cup to do this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, guys. That is only going to add to its flair. So let me see if I can get a little more clear out. Okay. You have to have a lot of resin left to go streaking the right way. But we get something done here, at least. Okay. You know, I think I'm going to slowly back away. While I can. I'll have to go around and coat the edges afterward. But, well, that went from not to kind of hot, if you ask me. I'm just adding in the rest of the little bit of glitter I have, so I don't waste it. And then what I'm also going to do is, see how the resin went under the glitter there and you could barely see it? That's why I like to do it on the second layer, so it's really, really visible. All right. I like it. What I'm wondering though is, oh, I'm getting that little bit of pink tinge from the liquid leaf because I didn't mix it in the resin, but it looks so cool. Oh wow, that's gonna look cool when it's done. All right, just a little bit of white glitter is gonna go on the rocks now. Just craft store glitter. Putting a little bit in the palm of my hand and just going to sprinkle it over those to help them shine a little bit more. And then also, I'm going to put some diamond dust in. Love diamond dust. So tomorrow now, when this is cured, I will give you a close-up of the finished result, but that gold leaf may work to our advantage. Doing it like that. I am loving that little tiny tinge. And I mean a tinge of pink. Try to let you see it. right now. Let me just get this diamond dust on. This really adds a lot of bling to your project. I have it linked below. You could get it at Michael's. Sure, probably Hobby Lobby has it too. But for those of you that can't get out to the store, I do have it linked in the video description. Amazon. And just so you guys know, it doesn't cost you anything extra to use those links. And if you click on a link, whether you order something off of my page, or let's say you go in, you click on a link from my page and you go to Amazon and decide not to buy anything that was originally on my page, but you buy craft paper. As long as you came from my page to Amazon, I get a few cents for every person that does that. So, and it helps the channel because I'm sure you are aware how expensive it is to put out a video a day, you know, and all that. So watching the video, watching the ads, sharing videos, and using the links when you want to buy something helps artists immensely. It adds up, you know, 5 cents here or there adds up. So I want to thank you all for watching. Let me give you a close-up really quick. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to also include at the end of this the finished piece. Can you see how it looks a little tiny bit pink back there? Tomorrow will be better when you don't have shadows and everything else in the way. It almost reminds me of a sky for some reason. So what I'll end up doing to this, there's the pink, see it popping through? What I'll end up doing to this is assessing it in the morning and figuring out. I don't think I'm going to add any pen lines because I already did those streaks with the gold. So I'm going to look at it and show it to you guys and put it away till it sells, and I put a top coat on it. I wait until things sell to put top coats on, and I will also assess whether or not I need to do more work to it. So stay tuned for the next part to see what the verdict is. Hey guys, here it is. All right, so the plan for this is I'm not going to film it anymore. What I'm going to be doing, I could just explain easily without taking up your time. I am going to do a little more, well, I'm going to do a clear coat, but when I do that, I'm going to take a little more glitter and just fix this area here so it's nice and neat. And maybe this area also. And then that's pretty much it. I wanted to just show you it. And I wanted to show you that effect that the gold liquid leaf had on resin. Well, not the effect, the interaction, what happened. Do you see that beautiful pinkish color popping through? If you look at liquid leaf when you open the jar, it's a solvent based, and if it's not mixed well, it has this rusty color to it until you mix it up good. Well, for some reason, when you drip that liquid leaf into any color resin, clear, whatever, some of that releases, and that's how I got that beautiful little tinge of pink to shine through. But anyway, I am very happy with it. Like I said, I'm just going to fix up those glitter lines a little bit, which is basically just me adding a little more clear with glitter and dumping clear over the rest and call it a day. Now, this is the back. So I just have to remove the tape and paint the back, probably white. How I'm going to hang this, well, how the new owner will hang it because it is for sale, is, the best way I could think of is with command strips. These are 16-pound command strips. This is nowhere near 16 pounds. It's probably 3 or 4 pounds. But anyway, if you've never seen these, they come like this. And basically you rip them in half. And you, see if I can do this with one hand. You snap them together so that you end up with a piece like this. And basically what you do is you remove this adhesive strip, stick it on the back of your artwork, and then on the other side, you remove the other piece of adhesive, and now you have a piece of art that has a sticky back on it, and you could just stick it to the wall. Now, I've never removed them to see if they remove paint. All I know is I'd rather use those instead of nails because it's a lot easier to paint over a wall than it is to patch up holes and then have to paint. So I use those. But I would think if you were to heat them a little bit with a heat gun or some type of hot air, it would make the adhesive sticky again and therefore release a little easier. But that is just my 2 cents. I am not saying that is definite. But anyway, there you go. So that's it. Now, don't forget, check out Katharine Dreyer's channel at Dreyer Days Art Studio, and I will link it below. She has some fantastic work, guys. Very pleasant to watch, and like I said, very simple to understand. And if you're new to her channel, tell her I sent you over. Alrighty? So I hope you guys are all having a great night and happy pouring.